Hello and welcome, Joshua, to Experience Shared's Pokemon podcast.
Hello,
I'm me, Greenbull,
Grimble.
a.k.a. Tanner Greenring, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Sylviash.
Sylveon. Beautiful.
Two stunning Pokemon. Bug catchers. If you're noticing a baritone coming from Tanner's mic this week, sort of a sultry, husky
I was going to
baritone
say husky,
coming
but
through.
I do think it's a little sultry as well, actually.
Husky is not, I can't control husky. I can control sultry. You know, you got to turn that on.
Yeah.
I have COVID-19.
Humble brag.
I went to Utah last week to shoot videos of dogs for work, and everyone
That is humble brag.
you have to fly into Las Vegas and then drive like. Whoever ends up editing this one just has to cover all my coughs with like Pokemon yells.
Yeah, no, battle cries. Yeah.
You have to fly into Las Vegas, drive 3.5 hours to get to this dog sanctuary that we were shooting at, and no one in any of that journey, I saw maybe 2 masks.
That's COVID country out there.
They're just over it out there. They're like, if you come here, you're gonna get it. Welcome to the shit.
Saddle up,
So,
cowboy.
Yeah, me and my coworkers all got it. But I'm on the up and up. I'm on day 5, baby.
I thought you were like, so bug catchers, Tanner and I put off recording, obviously, last week when we were planning to, and this is
I
5
had
days later.
COVID-19.
And when you were texting me like Monday earlier this week, it's Wednesday now, you were acting like, oh, I'm on the up and up, like this is going to be great. But you're still very sickly.
Well, it sticks with you for a while, Joshua. That's why it's such a serious disease.
Wow.
You got to ride it out.
You just power
I'm
through,
good.
which is what you're doing right now.
I'm good. I've been working outside the last couple days, spending time with my family who somehow didn't catch it, even though I'm right here.
That is pretty surprising, I would say, yeah.
Do you want to know something incredibly insulting?
Yeah.
My mother,
Mothers, my God, am I right?
when she heard that I had COVID-19, dropped everything and flew out here to help my wife with our son, who's home from school this week for summer break.
Mm-hmm.
Took over my podcasting studio as her office while she's here.
What?
And admitted to me today that she had to take down my Jar Jar Binks posters for client calls.
Oh my God.
She put them back up.
Yeah, they look like they're in the same place. That
Well,
lamp
look, this
back
one's
there is
crooked.
new, though. There's like more ambiance back here.
Oh, I think she put that back.
There's like a little desk lamp.
Should I click it on?
Yeah. I got my lamp behind me on, my desk lamp for ambiance, man. You forget about ambiance when you have COVID, I guess.
You forget about a lot of things when you have COVID.
And look how it brightens up Jar Jar there.
That's lovely.
It's pretty nice.
All right, I was gonna shit all over her for coming in and taking down my Jar Jar Binks posters, but I think the contribution of this new little desk lamp that she's brought down,
Yeah.
we'll call it even.
I think it's sort of an improvement, to be honest.
Okay, well, I don't come to your house and criticize your disgusting unfinished basement that you podcast in every week.
Well, that's because I don't have one, so.
Joshua, we are in Lumiose City.
We are.
We've just taken on what was his name?
Clement,
the electric type gym in the heart of Lumiose City, the beating heart of Lumiose City.
Which
He's
I
dead.
spent a significant more time in.
You hung around.
Yeah,
You're kind of a city guy, you know? I know that about you, you know?
that's right. And if I
You
have,
hang around a city.
I like cities, and Joan of Arceus, she comes from a little small town, Vanderbilt. But when she was here, she was like, I got to get to know the sites. These are going to be my people. I'm helping vindicate them. So I got to know the city slickers just as much as I need to know the rural.
She's out glad-handing.
Country
It's like
folk.
politics for her now, huh? She's out like shaking hands, kissing babies.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the candidate Kalos needs right now.
Yeah, well, she found out about
Something
how
they deserve.
Lovemaker69 was going around and just banging everybody to get their votes.
Two
Consensually.
Equal but disparate forces kind of swirling through Kalos right now.
Yeah. But as somebody who had glad hands, what she realized is that she can't just be walking around with the people. She has to just take a fucking cab everywhere because I don't know how to get to Restaurant Laverre. And so I decided to just start paying minimum 750 francs to be able to go from wherever to wherever with the Lumi cab system. And I just ate it.
I think I've probably walked from Cafe Laverre on Autumn Avenue to the Pokémon Center on, I think, Magenta Alley or something like that.
Lord knows.
Probably about 400,000 times. So I know exactly where it is now. I know that when you leave that Poké Center, you go towards the tower and you take one left to the main avenue, and that's where Cafe Laverre is.
Yeah, I think they're like a block or two from each other, but I just took cab both ways. I don't give a shit.
How kind.
I don't give a shit. I want to support the local economy.
Pokemon, so, I think this also contributes to what we talked about at the beginning of the season. This game has a bad rep for being too easy. And I think the game giving us this beautiful grind spot in Cafe Laverre has just it's taken all the difficulty out of it.
Yeah. Because
you can just sit here and just grind and get tons of mushrooms, which are worth a ton of money, and you make money on the battles, especially if you have an amulet coin.
Right. Which is what Joan of Arceus did.
Yeah.
Stealing from the rich. And then also, it's not like it's a daily thing, is the crazy part.
You can just keep doing it.
You just have to walk out of the restaurant, and then you walk right back through the door.
Right back in.
And reset the battles, and you just keep
going. Like Grandpa
going.
Simpson.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, they've just made it too easy. I've probably defeated Cafe Laverre, I don't know, probably 200 times now.
I think I'm only at 100.
It makes it so easy, but whatever. It's I guess better than the alternative, which is not having a good grinding spot.
Right. Yeah, I do think it's still a lot better than that. And honestly, this region is set up to bias it in that way because there's literally just nowhere to grind other than this restaurant and the Battle Chateau, of which I am now the Marchioness.
Whoa.
Marchioness.
Martian S?
Martian. How do you say this?
I don't know. I don't know what word you're saying. This is your famous French?
My famous French.
I thought you were trying this season, Josh.
Let me go to this Google lady.
Marchioness.
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 Marchioness Joan of Arceus, just below Duchess.
Isn't this kind of counter to her whole message? She's rising through the ranks of
Yeah, but she's beating up
royalty.
She's beating the elites up and teaching those little barons
she's like Blade.
A thing or two about how money doesn't matter when it comes to Pokemon.
She's like Blade.
I mean, I haven't.
Blade's a vampire and he hunts vampires.
Blade, so
he's a vampire and hunts vampires.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm infiltrating, and I did get a sweet little outfit, I'll tell you. I still cannot get into that boutique couture.
Oh, no.
In Lumiose, but I did get a sweet outfit in Laverre. Laverre?
Yeah, they've got a good shop in Laverre
City.
Laverre.
That was very French of you. And I will say I did figure out that the style points, and I somehow don't have enough, which I think is only 25 to get into boutique couture, but tipping affects that, and taking cabs everywhere.
Everyone
also affects that. So how are we not
positively or negatively?
Positively.
Oh, I tip everyone $1,000 no matter what.
Cab everywhere, which is what I do.
No matter what, it can be some asshole who's I got endless money.
I've never not tipped somebody. I'm not a fucking asshole. I've tipped them all.
What must Cafe Laverre's margins be? If every time I'm going in there, I'm walking out with probably $40K worth of mushrooms and an additional probably I don't know,
30,
another 20K maybe, or 30K just in earnings.
Right.
And I'm doing that 10 times a day.
They're deep.
You got to follow the money here.
Deep in the red.
There's something going on here. This is how the elites do this stuff, man. They move in secret.
Well, do you know why I think they're moving in secret and how they're able to make those margins, Tanner?
How?
Did you notice that they serve up slowpoke tail as one of their dishes?
I'm pretty sure I just spent an entire fucking quest line in Pokemon Gold.
That's right.
Trying to keep people from.
We were liberating Azalea Town from Team Rocket, slicing the slowpoke tails off the slowpokes, and selling them on the black market. And where do you think those Slowpoke tails end up? It's Kalos, and it's Restaurant Laverre, and it's all these fucking elites.
This is the problem with factory farming, Josh, is I think there's this deficit of Poketails and Slowpokes because of Team Rocket, right? And then you put all these protective things and you start farming them, and then all of a sudden there's just this like incredible abundance of Slowpokes, you know?
Oh,
because they've just gotten like
we went too far with protecting them, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So now like Slowpoke tails, they're a dime a dozen, you know?
Well, I don't want to be eating a bunch of trash at Restaurant Laverre either. I hope that they're they're a dime a dozen now. Well, I don't want to eat that either.
No, but it's cool. It's like boho, you know. It's like you're eating like like common people's food, but it's sort of like elevated.
But they're serving it up with this special sauce, the Lepa berry, and now you're like, oh yeah,
yeah.
They do have some interesting stuff over there. They've got a like a mill tank cheese that's like 180 years old or something. You know, spiced with the poison of an arbok. It's some combination of that.
It's just.
I did think it's pretty funny, although I wish that they had actually spent the time to change the dishes, given that we're fighting them a million times, and they end up just being the same. But I do think it's
the same every time.
Clever touch, and
same battles every time too, except you get better and better, and the opposing Pokemon aren't able to do their like shitty like delay moves like dig or
protect, and eventually the little baby Pokemon that you were raising up in there become completely out of control, and everybody just starts running roughshod over that establishment.
Yeah. It's funny because it's the same as Café Lana, where it's like, oh, there's 4 courses in this meal, and you're supposed to enjoy the like make sure to like savor the moment before the meal for like 2 turns.
Yeah.
And then at the end of every meal, they're like, okay, well, we told you to wait 2 turns to beat us in round 1. You waited 1 turn.
Right.
We told you to wait 3 turns to beat us in round 2. You waited 1 turn.
Right.
So it just affects the number of mushrooms you get at the end.
And you get a little star next to the meal next time you go in to do another round, but I don't think it matters if you get the star or not.
I tried going into the Elite Cafe, or the Elite Restaurant, the 3-star this week. I got a little turned around and walked in. They immediately shooed me out.
They still wouldn't let you in? What was that one? I was just trying to remember that fucking thing. Yeah.
I'm foggy, Josh. I have COVID.
That's right. Sorry. I shouldn't be pressing you on these things.
I think you have to be the champion to eat there.
Oh my God.
Which is pretty weird because I saw a bunch of other people in there eating.
And they looked like...
The glimpse I did get inside.
Chumps.
Yeah.
More nouveau riche.
Where to next, Joshy?
So we kick off this leg having to go to Lysander Cafe because we got a holoclip from Professor Sycamore.
What's their relationship?
That's what I'm also curious about, because I was thinking that the Traveler and Lysander, they were an item. But now I'm starting to think Sycamore and Lysander are an item, or maybe it's a classic love triangle.
Have I said my theory that I think the Traveler is just a Pokemon, like, transmorphed
it's
into
like 3 Pokemon stacked on top of each other?
Man. Yeah. I think that might be the case.
New.
That's my prediction.
That must have come out of day 2 of COVID.
That was when I was really in the throes of it, yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
I kind of like my idea, though, that it's like 2 or 3 Mr. Mimes stacked on each other.
Yeah, I like that too, actually. Let's go for that. You know, a Geodude could just make a dude's head. He'd just have to, like, tuck his hands away.
I think you need a pretty strong wig on that thing, too.
Oh, sure, but you saw the Traveler. He has, like, a big knit cap on. He's, like, definitely, like, in disguise.
So you think he's just a Geodude?
A Geodude on top of something else, not just a Geodude, Josh.
Okay, a Geodude on top of a Mr. Mime.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Good. Route 4... Oh, no. Yeah, we're in Cafe...
So basically,
Lysander.
In this Cafe Lysander, you can talk to the patrons, and you discover that there's like some fangirl there who's like, oh, Lysander, I'm going to be able to, I just need a couple million more. I just need to hit 5 million, and then I'll be able to join up with you. And it's seemingly becoming clear that Lysander, as we already thought, I think the 2 of us grown adult men, is the head of Team Flare, or certainly associated with it. And it turns out that it costs 5 million
it's got the look.
franc to get into Team Flare. So it's an MLM.
Wow.
It's an MLM. And
well, is it an MLM? Do you have to like then sell memberships?
I would
to
think
your, like,
so,
downstream?
because how are these random people just getting $5 million?
That's true.
I guess they can just farm Restaurant Lay, or Slowpoke Tails.
I'm telling you, man, you get in early on an MLM.
Yeah, if you just get in early, then like great.
Yeah.
For you. But other than that, we just get a bunch of lore. We find out that Lysander is a descendant of the former king of Kalos, because I don't think the monarchy exists here anymore. I presume.
Democracy.
Lysander's a descendant of the king's younger brother from like 3,000 years ago, and there was this traveling person, and I think it's the same one who had the...
some kind of traveler?
Some sort of a traveler who may or may not have had a Lucario who used to travel around 3,000 years ago, and Lysander is descended from that, and he tells you this story about how the king tried to take too much power using an ancient weapon, and the ancient weapon ended up raining down fire and destruction upon Kalos.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember what...
Got better.
Somehow we pulled out of that, and I don't remember what Sycamore says about why he's associated with this guy.
I don't know. They're like best friends.
Yeah,
it's kind of cute, actually.
They're good friends, yeah.
Let's go look on the walkthrough. Does it say?
No, I'm just remembering off the top of my fucking head, man.
No, I know. I'm just seeing if there was... I can't remember what happens next.
He's related to a powerful king who ruled the region 3,000 years ago. Professor Sycamore thinks that Lysander is a great man. Wink. And Lysander hands you a king's rock and also goes on a rant about how he loves beauty.
They're trying to crack mega evolutions together. They may be lovers too. I don't know. I won't.
Maybe a little column A, a little column B.
Yeah, I don't know, but it seems like they're trying to figure out mega evolutions. Hey guys, I figured it out. Here's what fucking whatever his name was, Warthead at the top of the...
How about this entire fucking building called the Tower of Mastery that is dedicated to mega evolution? Did that sprout out of the ground, or like... How does nobody know anything about Mega Evolution until now?
Oh, I guess we should send this person to go check out this big tower dedicated to the art of Mega Evolution.
Right. How about you have
the old guru at the top?
Fucking guru whose whole life is dedicated to Mega Evolution, and nobody can tell us a damn thing about Mega Evolution until we get a couple of children?
I know everything there is to know, Joshua.
Figure it out.
I'm a Pokemon expert now.
Oh, are you?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you? Okay. Welcome to the club.
14. We're on our way.
Yeah, Lord knows if it's north, south, east, or west out of Lumiose, but we left.
It's impossible to say. Yeah. There is some arbitrary gate keeping us from getting out of 14, but once this conversation happens, you can leave.
Yeah, we're out.
So we're out. We're on Route 14.
Au revoir.
Very spooky route. It's sort of like, do you know those pictures of Pripyat? Now, that amusement park in Pripyat that's all rusted out and falling over. That's Route 14.
Oh yeah,
it's spooky. They're trying to spook you, and that is no more evident than by the giant haunted house at the end of the. Well, it's not a giant haunted house, but there is a haunted house.
Yeah, and it's just called the Scary House, and you meet up with your buds who are all like, "Let's go check out that scary house," and you, for some reason, and. You have to wade through this scary swamp that basically is sort of just a recut more of Icarus from Platinum, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just a set piece with a bunch of disgusting little Pokemon in it, and it rains off and on. The playground is a scary aspect that is like Pripyat, but otherwise it's just a swamp tile set.
Not much happens here, except, Joshua, I did have one very important thing to do while I was in Route 14.
Okay.
I looked at the walkthrough and I said, what's coming up on Route 14? Anything I should be aware of? Oh, yes. A rival battle. Let's take a look at her numbers here. Let's see. She's going to have a Meowstic, level 35, Absol, level 35, Chestnut, level 37. I better go check what level the Pan Monkeys are. They were all 22.
Yeah.
So I had to do the very embarrassing thing of taking my Pan Monkeys out of the box and finding them all evolutionary stones and evolving them into semi-monkeys, and then taking them on a few lovely dinners to Cafe La Ya with the crew. Just to get to know them a little bit better.
Oh my God.
Try to understand who they are. Try to understand a little bit more about their background. Maybe pick up a few levels while we're at it.
Still sticking with this bit.
So I did power train and did a little bit of EV training while I was in there too. You know.
You EV train now?
Yeah, I know how to do it now.
Oh, okay.
On these simmies. So that is something that happens here. You have to battle your rival. I came prepared with some level 40 simmy monkeys. Just took her to fucking town.
God, I can't believe she got crushed by a bunch of level 40 simmies.
They're kind of good.
Please, Tanner, that's COVID brain. You're not gonna remember that. You're gonna regret that.
They breezed through her team pretty easily. It wasn't a problem.
Well, I just think because the rival in this game is not good. There's no talent here.
Josh, I made it a meme this season to beat her exclusively with simmy monkeys. I think I understand that she has no talent.
Yeah, your simmies were still 3 to 5 levels higher than hers, and she still has a Meowstic and an Absol and a Greninja now. Like, for me at least. Yeah. And then I guess for you, she's got a Chestnut?
Yeah, Chestnut.
Gross.
That thing sucks. Ugh.
Why does it have to stand on 2 legs?
And do this.
Yeah, why does it have to look
his little arms
disgusting? It could have been cool.
Scary House isn't anything. You go there and it's nothing. Oh, I'm assuming you beat Caleb.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I forgot that I even fucking battled him, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then
you go into Scary House, a guy gives you a scary story, and then he asks for a tip. And he chases you out.
And he says, if you don't tip me, then you'll see something really scary.
What is it?
I mean, I tipped him. I'm not going to.
I tipped him too.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm trying to make a fucking good
I don't want to see something scary.
Trying to get my social credits up.
I'm trying
it's like
to
this
help
dystopian
people.
Future. Everyone's tracking how much
I don't know
tip.
what the hourly wage is here in Kalos. Like, I thought that they didn't tip in France.
It's probably not good. You see the stratus of these classes here. There's some truly like wealthy elites here.
Joan of Arc,
there's got to be a pretty like terrible lower class.
So I guess we'll never know if whatever the scary thing is that happens. But I will tell you about something that I found scary in an interesting and potentially problematic in one way sense. Yeah. And I would like to do that by introducing a new segment, Tanner.
Oh, okay.
Calling it Poke Checks Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself. Wrecks yourself? Because this season in particular, because we've been able to spend our time, I have been catching Mon casually, and this was started by Carbink.
Oh, yeah.
With the Pokédex entries, and I've
you're
noticed
a lore master now.
A couple of very strange...
That's okay. I'm a Pokemon expert now, and you're a lore master.
I'm the lore master. That's fine with me. I want to talk
These
about
are the new roles.
2 Mon. I caught a Golett, and I caught a Snubble here. And a Golett's Pokédex entry says that Golett was fashioned by ancient science.
Okay.
Out of clay, and it's been active for thousands of years.
Okay.
Which is just, again, that's sort of a Carbink, like, classic mistake of, like,
leaves a lot of questions. Leaves a lot more questions.
Whose ancient science fashioned the Pokemon from clay? Why did they do it? They're immortal, seemingly. Is there a limited number? They can breed, so that's confusing.
Do they mean like Jewish people in like ancient
I guess so. Well, that's a pretty good guess actually, because it's just it's like a.
But it also colors the world in a way that just like I don't know if I need that much detail, you know?
Right.
And like that, like it just fucks me up too, thinking like, oh, there was a reality on this world where like Jewish people had this kind of folk tradition, folklore of like making clay golems to like protect their houses, and that also is the case in Poké-Earth.
And I'm also realizing it actually can't breed, so every time you need a new Golett, they have to be fashioned from clay.
Yeah,
and Jewish people exist in Pokemon, is what you're saying. So we know South America, Russia, Africa, Jewish people.
Yeah,
and there was some sort of war that killed everybody's dads.
Yeah, except our dad, because he bought us a laptop.
Except our dad now in this timeline, here in X and Y. Okay, so that's interesting.
Okay, you said you caught a Golett. Who else did you catch?
A Snubble. And Snubble's Pokédex entry says that small Pokemon flee from its scary face, which would be fine. Just stop it there. But it keeps going. It is, however, considered by women to be cute. What?
That's good.
By women? Why couldn't anybody consider it cute? That's what's problematic here.
No. Just women.
Why are you throwing this in? Only a woman could think that a Snubble's cute?
Well, let me ask you this. You think Snubble's cute?
No.
I don't either.
Okay. But you like Granbull, which you were implying.
I think Granbull's a plus. I think the plussed up when it turned into Granbull.
I don't like either of them.
Its curves get a little smoother. It's kind of got this it turns like
it's
pink,
got an edge.
Bright pink. I think it's
got
fun.
A big
I think it's a little
mask
fun
collar around it
when it's Granbull. Yeah. Sign me up.
I don't like either of them, which I guess in this case sort of proves the point because we are not women and we don't consider Snubble to be cute. But I do think that that's just extraneous. Pokéchecks Yourself as a news segment is all about why do you have this extraneous information in the Pokédex entries and what does it mean?
I think it's up to us, Joshua.
I think we just figured out both of those pretty quickly. And so that's another for you, Pokemon
it helped
company.
color the world of Pokemon a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
It helps fill in some of the gaps. Now we know there's Jewish people in Pokemon. Great.
That's good. Good to know.
Yeah. Onward, Joshua.
Yeah, that's it. That we're in Laverre.
No, we're not.
No?
No, we're on break.
Damn.
Still got it. Even when I'm sick, I can still fucking roast you.
Still got me.
Joshua, welcome to Laverre City.
Laverre.
I was about to say beautiful little town. I guess it is a beautiful little town. And the Pokemon gym looks cool.
I think it's kind of nice.
But it's boring. There's nothing here. They gave us a nothing leg this week. They're like, here, enjoy this nothing leg.
Well, there is a Pokeball factory, but we can't go
into it yet.
So that will be next week.
Grown-ups are talking inside, according to the Team Flare guy out front.
Yeah. Whose outfit we're not impressed by anymore.
No, I'm over Team Flare.
No. We're back. I think we're both... Are we back? I'm definitely back on, and I never said I was into Team Flare officially. You did. I still like Team Rocket the best.
Yeah, I do like
old school
Team, whatever they were in black and white with the cool chainmail.
Oh yeah.
I've already forgotten their name though. what a blip.
Plasma.
Yeah.
Their Knights Templar outfits they had the best outfits, but their scheme was too convoluted for me.
Yeah, and
I need a great outfit and straightforward fucking scheme.
You know what I want when I see like a crony like Team Plasma member in like chainmail? You know what I want the like Team Plasma admin to look like? A fucking knight in armor.
Yeah. Not
like a businessman.
Well, Getsis had that vibe. Yeah. I think he has
they've got like robes. I don't know.
His black and white 2 outfit, I think fit, but not black and white. Yeah, I agree.
Battle Combo Move Tutor is here. He taught my Greninja a pretty cool move called Water Pledge until I went and looked at the stats on it, and it's not a good move at all because I already have Surf, and why would I need Water Pledge? But then I learned that you can also train something to...
It's
Charmander?
I think any of the starters available in this game, so it's like Gen 1 starters and Gen 6 starters can get complimentary, or I guess... Not complimentary. No, it is complimentary. It's Water Pledge and Grass Pledge, and they can team up in a double battle, and then it does like a Super Saiyan move.
Yep. Which are pretty good moves, but
never
there's no way
fucking happen.
I'm gonna like make that work. I can barely keep these fucking type matchups in my head. Pokemon game, battle combo move tutor.
What the setups for this is that I have to go like you can do a triple battle one where it's all 3 elemental types, original starter types, and it's like the setup for this is that I have to go to like Lei Ya, which is already not a problem, or I'm just battling. I mean, we'd have to figure out, it's so convoluted. We have to get double battles set up with us and our guests.
We can't be bothered.
I don't care. Battle combo move tutor.
That's really all there is in Laverre City. So now we're headed into Laverre Gym. I think Laverre Gym. Here's my hot take on Laverre Gym.
Okay.
Looks beautiful from the outside, obviously.
Yeah.
Super cool, like, conceit. Like, they're all in a dollhouse, and you're, like, going between rooms in a dollhouse. And all the trainers are dolls. Cool. Boring gym.
What? I like this gym.
It's just like, it's
I have in my notes
teleporters.
here,
It's
this
teleporters.
Gym is the coolest gym I've ever looked at.
Yeah, looked at. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, no, the
It's just teleporters, though. There's no, like, there's nothing interesting, you know? I just got through a gym that was like fucking quiz show.
But
it's like, who wants to be a millionaire?
But the set piece is so exquisite and detailed, and it's so rare to get that in these games so far.
You know? Make me want it.
You want to
do a little stage play where I'm going through scenes in a house.
You're in the tea room.
I'm seeing family drama unfold, and I'm battling trainers as I do it.
You want the tea. You do want the tea.
Right?
There is one
storytelling.
One of them is like a bathroom with like the tub partially covered up by the curtains around it.
Yeah,
you should walk in, and somebody's like, "Oh." Now that would be interesting. And then the trainer that you battle comes out of the tub.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing clothes or not.
All like
I don't care.
Dark and like poison type Pokemon. That'd be cool. Except it's a fairy gym, so that wouldn't really make much sense. Fairy type, Joshua, let's talk about it.
Yeah, this has been a thing that you've wanted to explore for this whole season with your Eevee situation.
Yes, and I've done it, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But fire type seems like it's kind of busted, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like a known thing, right? That it's like broken?
I hope so. I mean, it certainly is at this point in the game, and they haven't added a type since this, even though what they basically, like, I think what they were trying to do is make it so that, like, there would be another counter against Dragon, but instead what they have created is a new and perhaps even more threatening Dragon type.
Yeah.
Because, like, Dragon type doesn't
You haven't even seen Dragon type's final form yet.
Right. Like, Fairy seemingly is just incredibly good.
Yeah.
Let's look at this. So
it's 2x effective against Dark, Dragon, and Fighting.
Yeah.
It's only half effective against Fire, Poison, and Steel.
And only Poison and Steel are super effective against it. Poison and Steel?
Yeah.
Like, I guess they're trying to make Poison and Steel a little bit more alluring, but I mean, they created a monster here, and it is funny that it's fairy type in that context.
And it's completely immune to dragons.
Yeah, dragon can't do anything to it.
And there's a lot of dragons in this game. I have 2 on my team right now. Lousy with them.
Okay, interesting. That makes me think.
Kind of wild, fairy type.
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, like, I support it. Like, it makes a lot of Pokemon that were sort of like, you know, fuck this, more worthwhile. Like, as we were saying, Snubbull and Gramble, for example. Some classics like Clefairy and Clefable.
Oh, there's not a lot of pure fairies.
It adds an element that I do think makes sense in the world, but it is sort of overpowered.
Yeah, and a lot of them are pretty ugly, too. I'm just looking at all the fairy types on Bulbapedia.
Fairies don't have to be pretty.
I would say more barfies than sweeties in here.
I agree, yeah.
Well, including my... You make me barf Pokemon of the week.
Oh, yes. Who is it?
Aromatisse.
Aromatisse looks like the Pokemon that would be artfully covering up the furrowed girl's naked body as she comes out of the bathtub in the bathroom in the Laverre gym.
What is this thing?
Tell me, I don't know what this fucking
I'm
thing
trying.
is.
I look at it. I look at a picture of an Aromatisse, and I try to wrap my head around it. Like, I look for like context clues. Okay, aroma. It stinks, I guess.
It looks like it stinks.
It's like it's got a little sexy leg out of its little poof body.
And it's got
blood red eyes.
In the illustration, it's got one of its arms like looking like it's on its hip. Presumably its hip is right there. Like it's about to sass you.
Beak, but it also might be like a Phantom of the Opera mask. You know, like, what am I looking at here, Pokemon?
God, I don't know what I'm looking at either.
Well, here's what I dug in, Joshua. I was like, I got to figure this thing out. I'm gonna make heads and tails of this thing.
Can you?
Yeah. Here's the origin section from Bulbapedia. Here's what they say. Aromatisse's body appears to be based on a fluffy cosmetic applicator, such as a powder puff, and a perfume bottle. Its face appears to be based on a plague doctor's mask, referencing the Pokemon's healing abilities, as well as the fact that historic plague doctors filled their masks with perfume to drown out the scent of the deceased. Cool.
Oh my god.
Cool color. It also takes traits from the appearance of flamenco and can-can dancers.
That's a mess.
The upper half of its body resembles an owl. This, in combination with its furry mammalian lower body, may be a reference to the owl bear, a monster from Dungeons & Dragons.
What?
The fact that it evolves from its bird-like pre-evolved form to its human-like appearance is possibly a reference to Gunhild, a mythological Norwegian queen that shapeshifts into a bird.
That's a mess!
In Bulbapedia, it can't be all of those things. You can't just say a bunch of shit
Pick
and you're like, here's
one.
what it's based on.
Pick one theme.
It's based on a shower puff that you like squirt body wash into. Like one of those webs. That's what it's based on.
It's a loofah.
Yeah, it's a loofah.
Straightforward. We don't need all this.
Yuck.
Or pick one. Pick one route. It's based on a plague doctor.
I like the first
Fine.
one. I like the first one. The first one was good. It was like it's a cosmetic puff
That's
and also a
interesting.
plague doctor.
That's interesting.
Cool. And then
Give
it's
us a
also
little
a
history.
fucking. And then it's also a can-can dancer.
Oh, and it's an owl bear.
Get out of here, Bulbapedia.
Fuck this. You know what? You're right. Aromatisse. This sucks.
Yeah, down the toilet with you.
Way too much going on.
I'll use you to the point that the webbing sort of starts to come undone and like slough out of the puff.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. What did you find in
I'm riled
Laverre
up.
Gym?
What was I going to say?
Your sweetie /
Well,
trainer
I have two comments. Yeah, I guess that I have a trainer curiosity leaning trainer danger.
Okay, interesting, compelling.
On the Furasode girl.
Yeah, you've hooked me. Oh, you've hooked me and you've reeled me in. Say that again.
Furasode girl?
Furasode girl. I have nothing to say about that.
You don't have any comments on Furasode girl?
No. You expect me to?
As the admin of furaffinity.net, I thought that you might have something to say about them.
I don't get what they are. Are they like a girl group?
I don't really know what their deal is. I think that they're essentially like what's her face's groupies. Valerie.
Here, I'm gonna do something that's potentially a bad idea.
So here's what I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna Google the term Furasode.
I cannot remember what any of the Furasode girls say.
It's a kimono.
I do remember
it's a style
just
of
a
kimono. Yeah.
I do remember that Valerie, who's the gym leader, and all of the Furasode girls are her groupies. They worship her.
Yeah.
Valerie says, "The only time I feel I am truly one with Pokemon is when we are embroiled in desperate battle. I wonder why that is." And she's saying that while she has fairy Pokemon wings on. Never mind. It is nothing, kind trainer. I'll see you in a few minutes. Let me just go to my bunk real quick. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. There's nothing
fun
here.
Role playing. Yeah, the Furasode girls. Troubling name.
But
I'm glad I looked it up because I know it's just a kimono. But
we're not going to
get into it.
We're not going to
get into it. I'm not going to get into why the name is
so
challenging.
Cut the trainer danger music.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay, but now let's talk about Furasode girl Catherine's Pokemon.
Yeah,
who is Joshy's sweetie, not Catherine. Her Slurpuff.
Yes. What a little stack of pancakes, huh?
And I had to think about it. Tanner and I had a discussion about this, and once I took another look at it, it's a mess. I mean, it's a mess.
That's what you said to me. I nominated. You're like, you came into the podcast drunk.
Yeah,
drunk off your fucking gourd.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. I had to go to a happy hour.
And you said, I'm
I didn't write somebody down.
I'm too drunk to pick a sweetie this week. And I said, can I nominate one for you?
Plenty of other comments, but I don't know about who my sweetie is.
I said, what about Slurpuff? And you took one look at it. You said, it's a mess, Tanner.
It's a mess. But then I took another look at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? It's kind of a sweet little mess, though.
Little marshmallow. Little
Its
stacked
tongue's
pancakes.
out. It's stout, and it's a disaster. I don't know. No, I like it.
It's on the line, huh?
It's really on the line. It's causing me a lot of, like, problems.
It's like Hellraiser, that line between pain and pleasure.
I think I like it. I would never use it. Here's what I'll say. I do think, ultimately, it's a sweetie.
Yeah.
I would not use it, though. I think it's too much of a mess of a sweetie. I couldn't have this in my team.
It evolves into something, though, right? Or is this the evolved form? No,
it's the
Swirlix
evolved
was
form
the little
of
one.
Swirlix.
Right. Yeah, I just need to figure out. I have a Whipped Dream and I have a Swirlix. I just need to figure out a trade. And the only person I know who plays Pokemon X and Y can't get his fucking internet to work. So
No, it's like Fort Knox in here. I don't know. The other thing that I'll say, and the reason that I think as soon as you suggested Slurpuff, why it was like
open to
why
it
it was resonating with
Slurpuff
me
curious
is that there was a bug catcher who tweeted about that they were surprised that you like Swirlix, first of all.
Why?
Because it's a mess.
Cute.
I mean, it's also a mess.
I like it when they make the Pokemon. I like it when the Pokemon are supposed to be cute. He's a little puff. He's a little glop of whipped cream, you know? What's not to like? It's cute. He's a little popsicle. Look at him.
Well, and then, yeah, I guess. But then also,
candy.
I'll pay a little respete to B. Schroeder343 on Twitter, who commented after I pointed out that Pangoro can learn Surf, which is surprising.
Yeah.
Brandon also said that his Slurpuff knows Surf.
Yeah, that's cool. That even better. That makes that
The fact that
raises
this thing can learn
Slurpuff
Surf,
up even higher in
big
my books.
bonus. I do like that a lot.
Probably because it's just a
Surf's
little
up.
buoyant little like it's like a little
Surpluff?
inflatable bed, you know?
Yeah.
Just, you throw Slurpuff in and then you hop on and just relax in the sun.
Yeah, I like it. So that's it. Yeah, that's my fucking sweetie. You know, deal with it.
Yeah. Ooh,
There have been better choices.
Joshua, I encourage you to go check out. Well, maybe the shiny is kind of creepy actually. I was thinking that the shiny was an even better model because it's sort of like a little chocolate.
Oh, it's
cake.
like a chocolate one with a cherry on top.
Yeah, but the bib of frosting looks a little like blood.
Yeah, the little extra drip, the dollop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, Joshua. Good.
Plus, it
good
looks
nomination.
kind of like a squished lady. No, I don't like it. I don't like the shiny. It's a
It does
squished
look like
lady
a
with
squished
a
lady.
bad hat. Yeah.
Joshua, I trounced the gym. Even despite the fact that fairy type is
Well,
a little overpowered. I
you know
had no trouble getting through the gym.
what one of my Pokemon is that I started training last episode that is fully evolved that I can talk about in level check. Trounced this fucking gym as well.
Go ahead.
So, Joan of Arceus assembling her chivalrous band of knights who are bandying about Kalos and righting the wrongs of the elite, finally has a Dragalge, Saint Michael. Evolved from the Skrelp, level 53. Poison Dragon.
Cool.
Just destroyed this fucking shit.
Yeah.
Sludge Bomb. All of it.
Even though it's a dragon?
Yeah, they didn't live long enough to do anything to it.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm into it.
I like it. I actually do like how this thing turned out. The animation in X and Y, I think, is menacing and cool. It's just like a very slow moving, like slow
Sucky name.
seahorse with a bunch of like kind of an alien-esque head.
Yeah.
I really like it, actually.
Terrible name.
Terrible name, Dragalge, but then we've got some classics. Reno, Venusaur, level 54. John II, Delphox, level 54. Saint Severe, I'm learning.
Yeah.
Pangoro, still here,
You're growing.
level 53. Catherine, Aurorus, level 55. Beautiful. And finally, we have a Laverre, Heliolisk, level 51.
Cool. What a weird team.
It's kind of freaky, isn't it?
I'm into it though. I like it.
I've got good type coverage. None of them are like it's not totally stacked, you know? But I like it.
I love Maker 69 when he's not busy making love. likes to experiment with his Pokemon team a little bit. You know, it's a short leg this week. Let's see what we can do. Obviously, Joshua, you know that I've been on a quest to get a Sylveon since the beginning of the game.
Yes.
I think it's cute. I like a new Eevee, so sue me. I want a fairy type. Obviously, I want a fairy type, right? So Uncle Duck is my Eevee, at Uncle Duck on Twitter. I can't actually remember what his name is on Twitter. I said it a couple weeks ago. Just go look it up.
I definitely don't know.
I accidentally trained Baby Eyes off of Uncle Duck, so I was waiting until Laverre Gym, where we get TM99, Dazzling Gleam.
That's right.
From the gym leader, whose name we haven't even said.
Oh, I said it's Valerie.
Valerie. She's creepy. She's got like all black, like insect eyes.
And the wings.
And the
I
wings.
went over this. She's the one who's talking about how she identifies as a buff.
Oh, right.
Pokemon.
I was too entranced by your like role playing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I'm also sick. Josh, I'm very sick.
I know. You're on your last legs.
Eevee couldn't learn Dazzling Gleam, TM99. So I was like, how am I going to get a fucking fairy type move on this thing? I don't want to go like get a heart scale and go like. So I was like, I'm going to park Uncle Duck in the Pokemon daycare. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take out that fucking shiny Ditto I got from Wonder Trade. Park that thing in the daycare with Eevee.
Oh,
also
my
make
God.
a couple new Eevees.
Which, by the way, I saw on our subreddit. Probably all of those hot little numbers that you got from Wonder Trade are Mayor
my
cheat.
Sweet babies.
They're all Mayor cheats. They're like all hacked.
How?
I don't know.
Why would Wonder Trade allow that?
I got a tab open here about like Wonder
Why would
Trade
they allow
and
that?
hacking, but if you do try, which we will do at some point, we have to do Pokemon Bank. If you try to put them in there, probably they will not work because
rejected.
they're all hacked and they're all Mayor cheats.
Well,
but
let me
if
tell you
were
about
able
this
to
fucking
breed-
this little sicko on my team Ditto, because I put them in there and I was like, okay, I'll wait a little while until they make an egg. And I went down to Battle Chateau and then came back and the guy had already turned around. And I was like, oh, excuse me, sir, do you need something? And he's like, oh, your Ditto and your Eevee already like,
oh my God,
did the deed and here's your egg. So I walked back and forth about, I don't know, maybe like 20 times. I think in under 10 minutes, I got 6 Eevee eggs out of these fucking like horny little Pokemon.
Jesus Christ.
Ditto's just like, I mean, I guess I should be proud as Lovemaker69.
How is...
He's just here to like get
I
to
don't-
business.
Just-
Not even he. They're genderless.
It's too late. I can't
Ditto's
even
there to
start
get to
thinking
business.
about the mechanics of this with an Eevee and a Ditto. I can't.
Well, and she laid Uncle Duck laid about 6 eggs in about 10 minutes. So welcome to the team.
The Eevee was fertilized.
I don't know. Not a breeder.
Yes, we just got to stop thinking about it. Let's move forward.
Uncle Duck 2 and Uncle Duck 3 brought them out into Cafe La Yeah a few times, got baby doll eyes on them, and then went into the Pokemon Ami system.
Ami.
And played some games with them, fed them some poofs. And then I just spent about, I think $300,000 to stay at Hotel Richisme a few times to raise up its appeal, or its like, whatever, its happiness. Because you have to max out all 3 of its like Pokemon Ami ratings. And then, sure enough, bingo bango. Welcome to the team, Uncle Duck 2, Sylveon.
And that tip also a hat tip to at Ava Vaporeon on Twitter for that Pokemon Ami?
Oh, yeah. You did send me, you sent me
Respete.
the other day.
DM from
DM.
From Ava, yeah. Well done.
So Uncle Duck 2, Sylveon, level 39.
How are you liking how it handles so far?
I can't quite get a handle on its moves yet. Well, it doesn't have very many good moves yet. In fact, it has a couple like tricksy little moves that I'm looking forward to using on you. But
I look forward to seeing Dragalge and Sylveon throw down. That's interesting.
yeah, that'll be spicy.
Yeah.
Then it's a lot of old favorites. You got Kickjard, Lucario, level 59. Secondhand Took, Haxorus, level 58. Frogger, Greninja, level 57. Pontiac, Talonflame, level 56. Getting kind of bored with Pontiac. Might have to boot him soon.
You're going to chop a top tier Mon just because
I
you're
don't
bored?
know. Yeah.
Maybe the reason that you're bored is
Doesn't
because
excite
it's
me
a
anymore.
top tier Mon, and I've got a bunch of interesting ones that I'm like.
And then welcome to the team. Just maybe here just for the week. I'm not sure. We'll see. Dylan, Gabite, level 38. And of course, a shout out to my Simmy soulmates, Hot Josh, Drippy Josh, and Jungle Josh. Simmy Sear, Simmy Poor, Simmy Sage, all level 40.
Yeah.
My rock,
Love those guys. Yeah.
My port in the storm.
Is Dylan a bug catcher name?
Yeah. So thank you, at Frog Dylan on Twitter. Dylan, welcome to the team.
All right.
Yeah, just trounced the gym. Just absolutely no issues at all, Joshua.
Yeah, I basically one-shotted everyone. Sludge
Yeah.
bomb.
And as I said earlier, I just wanted to sound off on this again. I have COVID-19. I've been very ill. I've had a lot of free time. Well, not free time. It's been agonizing. But a lot of time to myself, quarantined in my bedroom. And I've done a lot of research, Joshua.
Okay.
I've looked into a few things. I was intrigued by this.
Please not on furaffinity.net.
No, on Bulbapedia. I was intrigued by this
Thank God.
concept of the damage algo, this complex algorithm that defines damage dealt by any one move, by any one Pokemon on any one turn. So I dug in and I looked into it, and I figured out like how stats worked. I figured out how IVs and EVs work. I know how to EV train now if I ever wanted to. Well, it's easy in this game because we have super training.
Yeah, it's actually quite easy in this one.
IVs too, obviously a lot harder to sort of plan for, but I'm not going to go back and try to like min-max my IVs on anything right now. Although I could, because I have this fucking like horny-ass Ditto who's just like, he'll take all comers,
Yeah.
So I'm a Pokemon expert now, but it sounds like you're a lore master now.
Yeah. I'll take it. That sounds pretty good. But I think I'm both. I don't know.
No.
I don't know why you can't be one or the other. So you're trying to say the premise of the show is changing now, and you're the Pokemon master?
Yeah, I'm the Pokemon
That's my
master
thing.
now.
That's
No,
all
it's
set
me
up.
now.
You're the Pokemon
The
idiot.
student has become the master. And in my act of ascension, my act of deposing you, I must kill you.
Oh my God.
It'll be like tasteful, It'll be like sort of touching.
So what?
Like we'll like battle in the rain, and I'll end up like sort of like running you through with like a two-handed like Zweihander.
Lovemaker 69 is John of Lancaster now? The Duke of Bedford? Joan of Arceus's greatest nemesis?
He can handle a sword. I think Lovemaker, as part of his sort of like training, Lovemaker 69 certainly learned how to handle a sword.
Oh,
Joshua,
he knows his way around a hilt.
I gotta go climb back in the bed.
Yeah.
We're recording in 2 more days. I'll probably still sound like shit. It's going to be a fun ride from here, bug catchers, because we got nonstop guests, some old favorites, some newcomers who are probably too good to be on this show. Probably too much of a big deal to be on this show, but
I would say that. Who knows if we can even land them? But
next week we'll have our favorite Brit. Is that fair to call him our favorite Brit?
Yeah.
Alex Bug. Gotta Snatch 'Em All is coming to, see what he can do. See what he can do against an untethered Lovemaker 69 and Joan of Arceus. No restrictions on our teams this time, Bug. What you gonna do?
Can't wait for the French to take on the English.
Yeah, and Lovemaker will be there too. So tune in for that one next week, everyone, please. We're recording it in 2 days, so again, I'll probably sound like absolute horseshit, but it'll be fun, We'll get a little loopy.
Be some crazy energy on a Friday afternoon for us and a Friday night for Alex Bug, so hopefully he will be up for carrying the mantle on that one.
Yeah.
Carrying the energy, keeping it up.
Joshua, I implore you and the bug catchers to please rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts, and do follow the show everywhere that you follow podcasts, and do follow us at EXPSharePod on Twitter and Instagram.
And check out our subreddit, reddit.com/r/bugcatchers, which is where you can play alongside the rest of the community, and you can participate in the Trainer of the Week, where you can potentially face up against us at the end of this season, where we're going to have these unhinged teams. So good luck trying to steal our IP this time. And you can go to our website, expsharepod.com, or directly to expsharemerch.com if you want to pick up some of that sweet, sweet swag.
Yeah, and our fat cat pockets.
Top 0.1% of podcast elites Do we? I don't even. We're taking
true?
down you're the elites. I'm against this.
Oh yeah, I'm
in this
me
setup. Yeah.
So donate all the money from the podcast to some cause then, or your half at least. I'll be spending mine on junk, most likely. Joshua, let's go home.
Yeah.
See you at home. Are you done with your spiel?
I'm done with my shit.
Oh, Joshua Bugcatchers, goodbye.
Smell you later.